Let's talk about one of the initial checks when trying to diagnose an electronic throttle body, and I'll cover the replacement procedure here as well. So first thing I need to do is access the throttle body. On this particular Chevy truck I'm working on, I'm just going to use a flat screwdriver to loosen the clamp that holds the air cleaner assembly to the throttle body. I'll loosen the clamp and I'm going to slide that up out of my way. Now that's tucked out of the way, I'm going to make sure I've got the ignition keys here in my possession. I want to make sure the key is turned off, the vehicle is not powered up, and then I'm going to simply go to the throttle body here and use my fingers to try and push it. And it should be in the approximately 12-degree default position, and I should be able to push it with my fingers and have it return back. Well, this one is pretty sticky, and if you can see here, it's not returning back. If you look at my new throttle body, I can push on this and it bounces back. It's spring-loaded to the default position. So right away, I can tell that I've got a faulty throttle body. Now I might try and clean this thing, but if it's this sticky and this had a lot of trouble codes and it was already in the default limp in position, this indicates that I've definitely got a faulty throttle body. Well, now we've determined our throttle body is faulty, let's go ahead and swap it out. So I'm going to use my screwdriver to release the electrical lock on the connector here. Set that off to the side. Now let's take a 10mm socket. There's 4 bolts holding this in place. So I remove the 4 bolts, set my old throttle body aside. You'll notice I've got a reusable O-ring here. If this is an older vehicle, higher mileage, or if that's crushed at all, I'd want to replace it. On this particular one, I'm okay with reusing it. So now I'm going to set my bolts into the holes on the new throttle body, and I'll kind of line it up here, get a couple started by hand. Now I'm just going to gently use my impact to run them down a little bit faster. I don't want to necessarily tighten them too much with this. Remember, we're going into a plastic manifold. So I'll now take my ratchet and I'm going to work in a crisscross pattern here to tighten these bolts down. It's good and snug. Double check them. And you can see my new throttle body automatically returns back to that default position. I'll take my air ductwork, make sure I got it in all these brackets, slide it in place. I'm going to tighten the clamp down. There. Now there's one final step. I need to clear the memory. I'm going to use my scan tool, erase the memory and erase any trouble codes, and then I'm going to let the vehicle idle for approximately 2 minutes in park with the air conditioning off, then 2 minutes with the air conditioning on, and then I'm going to put it in gear with my foot on the brake and let it idle for about 2 minutes there. Then I'm going to take it for a test drive. I'm going to get up to about 50 miles an hour. Then I'm going to let my foot off the throttle and kind of coast to a stop, and that should be good to go. That is essentially the throttle relearn procedure for this GM vehicle, and that's a good generic process we can apply to many different vehicles. So hopefully now you understand a quick and easy first initial step for checking the throttle body on these things. Make sure that blade, you can push it easily with one finger and that it returns back to the neutral position. If it sticks such as this one, we've got to go ahead and replace it. Hopefully now you understand how straightforward it is to replace it and do the relearn on this electronic throttle body.